It's Hunter Henry. He's tight end 22 right now. And this kind of piggybacks on Adam's point about Kyle Williams. We have a talented quarterback with a coach that we know what he wants to run, where he wants to target on the field. And we have third-round pick Kyle Williams. We don't know what's up with Stephon Diggs and Hunter Henry. And those are your really only established options there. Hunter Henry last year, I don't think people remember this, but he was 8th in reception yards to the tight end position. Like, I think people think it just loses them a little bit. He had a pretty healthy 17.9% target share. Josh McDaniels features the tight ends. Wherever he goes, tight ends get targeted. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be Rob Gronkowski in order to get targeted in his system, especially in the red zone. So I'm going to take the talent on quarterback. I'm going to take the scheme. And the fact the guy's got one at tight end 22, yeah, give me that all day long as my late sleeper.
It sounds like all of you might be interested in Drake May possibly on the best ball team as well. So back to you, Dan.
Yeah, 100%. Back to me on what?
That's the last of the questions.
No, so back to me on that. Okay. Yeah, so it was a great show. Well, Chris, I wanted to get to you because, I mean, do you have a sleeper for us? Like, we haven't heard your takes all night, buddy.
I think I wanted to kind of highlight everybody's best ball. I'm a little new to best ball. I've only done it about my second year going into it. Like Adam, there's some lessons to be learned, but one of the things I do prioritize is having some depth, whether it's a position that you're going heavy on early or late, kind of looking at it accordingly. So if I have it, say that tight end you take early, like you said, maybe I can wait for later rounds to take our second tight end. But if I don't get one of those top guys, then I'm going to probably load up a little bit there in the middle rounds, making sure I get some good options, especially with boom opportunities. Players that I like real quick, Michael Penix, we talk about Drake May, quarterbacks are guys I think have really good value. The guys that have some high upside playing in divisions where there could be some high scoring games as well. So I think there could be two guys that I look at as quarterback position. And a running back situation, I encourage people, don't forget about Chase Brown. I mean, Cincinnati's going to be a really good offense. Brown was a guy who was highly productive. He's going to have those boom games if the receivers aren't catching all the touchdowns. It's going to probably be him involved. So I like him as an opportunity. As a guy has good value. And then there's later rounds as maybe a tight end or a running back. I look at some of the rookies we talked about. I look at later on Arroyo for Seattle. I know people are talking about Noah Fant. I don't know if he's necessarily going to make that team. This is a guy that you could probably take in the last round of your draft and best ball. But a guy who they've talked up this entire offseason, the coaching staff loves him. They're actually talking about utilizing him as a receiver. That how confident they think he actually played an outside X receiver for this offense. So there's a lot of ways he can kind of boom as the season progresses. He's a guy that I would look at for a late line flyer. If I have one of those top tight ends you guys talked about, if I have a McBride or I have a Kittle or I have a Bowers, I think he could be some guy who could fill in there as well on that key bye week as you guys talked about. So that's some of the guys I'm looking at, whether it's early or late rounds.
That is funny to me. Elijah Rose is the X receiver because somebody has to play X receiver. Someone's got to play on the perimeter.
Somebody's got to go deep. Five faster than most receivers.
Slot receivers everywhere. I'm still really curious to see how that whole Jackson Smith-Njigba with Cooper Kupp thing is going to work out, man. That's a lot of redundancy and a lot of resources paid. Like the fact that you paid Cooper Kupp $50 million. I don't know. It's something we're going to talk about a lot, I'm sure.
I just think one of the interesting things to keep note of is with Clint Kubiak, you saw Chris Olave and you saw them have Sheed early, but you saw those running backs that fullback to tight end positions were able to eat for the entire season, no matter who kind it was, whether it was Foster Moreau, whether it was Jawan Johnson, Taysom Hill, they were able to kind of feature that position. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah, no, it's fair. And it's going to be, did you guys see the comment? Just real quick on this before we wrap up. Did you guys see the comment, Mike McDaniel, because everybody's coming after Sam Darnold because of a bad throw?
Ro's not going to start yet.
Well, it goes without saying. I shouldn't have to say this or whatever, but yeah, he's their starter.
Yeah, like everybody's just like, you know what, Sam Darnold, we will never let you live down the last 3 games of the season last year. Never.
Jalen Milroe season, yeah.
That you got to love that about OTAs. Actually, you know what? That brings up a good point. This time of year, guys, you can have beat writers that cover the same team that will give you completely opposite takes, like completely opposite. 49ers are a great example of that. Matt Barrows was talking about how Brock Purdy's been on his game, looks great, super accurate, super vocal leader. And then you have guys like Grant Connor saying he's super inaccurate. Mac Jones is clearly the better quarterback, clearly a better arm. He's throwing inaccurate balls all over the place. My point is this: unless you get everyone unanimously saying the same exact thing, take everything anybody says with a grain of salt. That is a key point when we're talking best ball, because that is what's being drafted right now. And you're looking for that edge. I get it. Make sure you're verifying. All right, is everyone saying the same thing? If they're not, just throw it away. Just throw it away and go back to your process. 100%. Chris, to wrap us up, what do we got coming up next week?
Yeah, we're going to start talking about some of the other things we can do during this kind of dead time, quote unquote, and that's making some prop bets moving forward for season long and player props. We're going to look at going into some of the things that can make you some money moving